We're running the No Huddle here at Pro Football Weekly, and it's time for some more 2012 NFL predictions. We're moving on to the AFC South, where one team has just dominated for the past 10 years. But as our editors are about to tell you, it's time for another team to have their turn.
Houston Texans. I feel like that is one of the easiest divisions to pick. I got the Texans winning it.
I think I still like the Texans.
The Texans look like the best team by a pretty significant margin.
In a very, very winnable division, arguably the worst division in football. I think they are clearly still the cream of the crop.
I don't think it's really that close.
There's a lot of hype around Houston, maybe the most preseason hype there's ever been for that franchise.
I think the Texans are heavy favorites for a reason.
Especially with Matt Schaub coming back healthy.
You have Andre Johnson.
They got a great backfield with Foster and Tate.
And their defense is outstanding, so I think they're the class of the division still.
There's something that tells me that the Titans are going to be real tough.
I think they're going to be, a tough team for the Texans to battle. Those two teams don't like each other to start with.
The proof was in the pudding in games against Houston, that the one game where both teams had something on the line, Houston went in there, won by more than 30 points.
A lot depends on what they end up getting out of their quarterback, whoever that ends up being for the majority of the season.
So I tend to think that Tennessee's closer to the bottom of the division than the top of the division.
It's going to be interesting. I wouldn't be shocked to see the Titans take a step back and the Jaguars take a step forward this year.
Jacksonville and Tennessee, for me, you could flip a coin.
Jaguars are my number 2 team in that division. I think the Jaguars have some upside to improve.
And I don't think the Jaguars are a joke.
I love the Jaguars' defense, but there's obviously major questions at the most important positions.
I really think they're going to at least be competitive with that defense, and once Jones-Drew reports.
The thing that concerns you with the Jaguars is that apparently Mike Mularkey hasn't even spoken with Maurice Jones-Drew, the most important player on that team.
With a lack of talent on that team, I mean, you need MJD, and he's very unhappy with his situation.
Not sold on Blaine Gabbert, and I know he's been struggling early in camp.
Yeah, that quarterback spot, that passing game was just really shaky last year. Questions about that offensive line. I don't have a whole lot of confidence in that club.
Blaine Gabbert, if he's going to take steps this year, he's going to have Maurice Jones-Drew in the fold and playing well.
The talent gap is even greater down to where Indianapolis is.
4th place. I like Andrew Luck, and the early reports have been good, but there's too much to repair on defense.
And they obviously focus most of the energy on the offensive side of the ball to surround Luck, and that's going to make things very difficult for Pagano.
And their 2 best defenders are switching positions. I just think it's going to be too much to overcome.
The Colts, I think, could surprise people offensively.
Yeah, I do think they're going to be better than last year. I think they're going to surprise people with a couple wins.
It's all going to start with the number 1 pick, and we're just going to have to see what happens there. Long way to go.
I just don't know if this is a team that can win more than 5 or 6 games.
Now, the PFW staff loves the Houston Texans in the AFC South this year, but don't be afraid to disagree with them. Leave a comment on our YouTube channel and let us know your AFC South rankings 1 through 4. We'll tally them all up for you in every division over at ProFootballWeekly.com.